Greg Vaughn in the studio. It's Tuesday. Well, it's Tuesday here. Wherever you might be downloading this and listening to it, it might not be Tuesday where you are. But it's Tuesday here in Amarillo, Texas. Lehman Wall and Casey Hooper from the Working Ranch Cowboys Association and Foundation. I feel like we should throw that on there since we did several of the foundation type shows. So throw that on there.
Good morning, Craig. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Hola, senor.
How are y'all? I guess there was a great rodeo down in Haskell. I had to Google Haskell. I had to find out where Haskell was. Kind of a small town, 3,400 people, and I was asking y'all where people stayed or if they stayed. Or do a lot of these guys camp out still? They got trailers they bring with them, I guess, too. Not have to worry about hotels, TVs.
They don't get set up till after midnight because it's too dang hot.
We'll stereotype them. We'll say that they sat around a campfire all night.
Yeah, rolling their own, playing guitars. Yeah.
That's what America thinks, I think, sometimes.
But some of these ranch rodeos are in some pretty rural areas, and that is how it is.
Well, I've seen some of those trailers, and I think I'd move in. I don't even need a house.
Well, some of these guys, yeah, that's not really what they towed around.
Haskell, Texas is where it was. How'd it go? How many teams and stuff? Do you get all that info back?
They actually have a rodeo that's a little bit unique. I guess there's a couple that do it this way, but they have a 2 different go scenario. So it's 2 different sets of ranches. Whoever competes on Friday night, it's a one-go deal. They got one shot at it, and then they bring another set of ranches on Saturday. So altogether, they had 20 ranches compete.
That's great. That seems like a lot. Is that a high number for 20 ranches? That would make for a full night.
Yes, it does.
Definitely, and a full day.
It does. Mm-hmm. And when you run them all together, I mean, it does make for a long night.
Yeah, that's a lot of. But I guess a lot of what some of these ranches come for is not just to compete, but it's for that fellowship too, I would imagine. So.
Well, Haskell is a kind of a tight-knit area out in the middle of ranch country, and a lot of these folks that compete there, they don't get to see each other that often, and so it is a big reunion.
Yeah.
They get together, and families get to hang out, kids play together, around the arena and all that. And so, very, very competitive. Some of our, ranches that qualify for the World Championship have been there. Past world champions are there.
Yeah.
It's very competitive, and this year was just the same way. Yeah.
Who came out on top? Who are we talking to in a little bit here?
Well, you're going to get to hear from Buster Frierson here in just a little bit. Anybody that's been to the World Championship a few times has become familiar with Buster. He's very competitive ranch, and he got a new story because it's the Ville Ranch and the TP Cattle Company, and this is a new format, a new combination of ranches that came together this year, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But Ville Ranch and TP Cattle Company, they took the qualified ranch home to this deal. 100.5 points. That'll be significant because they did kind of walk away with it in the end. It was one of those deals, though, that they didn't really win any particular event. They were just consistent across the board. We've talked about that, right?
Yeah, we have.
And we'll have some other examples of how you might win one or two, but if you bomb out, get no times or don't get scores in others, you really struggle, and that's where Buster and them, they were just consistent.
We haven't had anybody yet who's like just dominated and had a bunch of first place wins. It's all been, I think, maybe one first place, but then the other one's just kind of hanging in there and getting a good score. Yeah.
The no times will bite you in the you know what, but you can get its points and scores throughout, especially on these one-dayers where you're up Friday night and you leave and it's a mystery.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what night Buster and Zach were up, but speaking of teepees, it's spelt just like that. And the Burson brothers, and then they got Kai Fuston, and they've all been intermixed with us before on different outfits, but I'm happy to see them on a family deal and put together. And it's a tough team. I mean, this is a tough team. Yeah. And then what's interesting about Ville is John C. that's on the team. He was our championship top horse last year at championship. So he is, it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
It's pretty neat.
Kind of comes back around, doesn't it? Anybody ever dominated, since we're talking about last year, like over in the World Championships? Is there somebody that every year it's like, is there a LeBron James of the Working Ranch Cowboys? Is there a, Michael Jordan, a Wayne Gretzky, Joe Montana.
I think yes, and I think if you ask those individuals, they would be like, well, no, it takes all of us, but, oh, yes, if a team qualifies, you'll hear down in September, well, I'm not surprised they qualified again, or they're just hot, you know, they're mounted, they're hot, it's just one of those things.
Very cool.
Well, and second place, let's go ahead and go through the overall results here. Second place, they had 93.5 points. So, again, you can see some of the rodeos we've had before was very tight.
Yeah.
Maybe a point or two. This wasn't, this is a 7-point split. But R.A. Brown Ranch out of Throckmorton, another family operation, very historic ranch, previous AQHA Best Remuda award-winning ranch. They placed second. And then third place with 86 points. So, pretty good, again, pretty decent split between the top three. Was Sandhill Cattle Company out of Earth. And this is a scenario. They won 2 of the events, doctoring and wild cow milking.
Wow.
But they no-timed on the bronc ride, and then they really got hurt in the sorting and branding. They got times, but they were pretty slow. And so you won 2, ended up third.
Man. Yeah. You just never know, but that you got to at least. So do you think if they would maybe got top 10 in the bronc? You think that would have maybe bumped them up a little bit? You think they'd have gotten the first? Or?
Been close.
Yeah, they would have been close. They'd had to make it up in the branding and sorting, it looks like, and kind of bump up in there. But, when you're talking, 100 points to 86, that's from 100.5 on your winner and 86 on your third. That seems like a lot, but that's just one hickey on the loop. That's just one little step.
Right.
And, geez, it is called competition rodeo for something.
That's right. Yeah, go ahead.
We had some individual awards to talk about, too. We talked about R.A. Brown Ranch getting second place. They took home the top horse, thanks to AQHA for sponsoring the top horse award. This family is very well known for raising good horses. And R.A.B. Go Pep Hancock, 2005 gelding, I believe it is. Bred by the ranch and is currently owned by Lanham Brown with the ranch. And then we had our top hand, which was taken home by Ty Casper. He's with Holt Land and Cattle and Blue Creek Ranch out of Groover, Texas. Kind of a new outfit that's come on with us. And they must be pretty salty because Ty got the top hand there. So those were our individual winners, and we appreciate Wrangler for supporting our top hand award this year.
The reserve top hand was Kai. All these guys and all these ranches that compete at Haskell, or any one of them on any good. I told you before, I would not want to judge the top hand.
Yeah.
It's just
too close to call.
And to me, that
tough,
winning top hand honors is kind of the biggest pat on the back.
Yeah.
It's a good award amongst a lot of good cowboys.
Yeah. Very cool.
And you could say Ty Casper was on a ranch this go-round that didn't place in the top 6, and he was chosen to be the top hand. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. That says a lot. It's hard to get the MVP on the losing team.
Yes.
No matter what sport. So, very, very cool. Very good.
And, Buster, that's going to come on, I guess he would kind of be like the mountain man. Everybody, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. So I'm not going to call him LeBron James by all means, but he's a fierce competitor. Good guy.
Let's get him on the phone. We'll get Buster on the phone and have a chat about his win. And here he is on the phone. We've got Buster. I didn't even get Buster. Buster, I didn't even get your last name. That's the kind of co-host I have here on.
Yeah, that's understandable. I know him pretty well.
I had a last name for him, but Frierson.
Frierson, yes, exactly. Frierson. Not everything else under the sun that everybody else told me.
That's right. You one bad hombre, you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, congratulations, Buster.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, we you and I got to chat a little bit last night when we were talking about getting to do this, and I didn't ask you this question last night because I wanted you to be able to talk about it on the air today a little bit, but we told everybody earlier this is kind of a new format for the ranch team this year. Talk to us a little bit about the guys you got on the card and and you guys combining up with the Burson bunch this year.
Woo, Burson!
Well, this year we, like you say, we combined with the TP Ranch, which consists of Zach Burson and Kyle Houston and True and Dusty Burson, and so it's John C. Bryan, who's on my side of the deal, and he day works for me quite a bit. John C's cowboy around here, Fort Worth, Weatherford area, and trains rope horses for the public and rides horses for the public, and then of course Zach and Kai, and True and Dusty, they all partner on a deal up in the Panhandle, run a few cows and some yearlings of their own, and heck of a good group of guys, and very excited to be able to get to go with them, to be honest with you.
Well, it's good to have Zach back, and good to see True and Dusty, and it's always good to see our amigo Kai. Now, he gets ribbed a lot, sure, too. Buster and I are hard on him.
You guys be nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Buster, early in the season, we were seeing the results on these rodeos come in, and what was interesting is you had some teams that might, win a couple of events, and then they still wouldn't get in the top running because they had not kind of been consistent. And when we look at Haskell Wild Horse Prairie Days, we see a situation very similar where you guys were consistent throughout, it looked like, and didn't actually, don't mean to poke at you, but didn't walk away winning any of the individual events. But you're right there the whole time, and that's what got you the win. So talk about that a little bit on the mindset you have when you go into the rodeo. Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
He's got one. He's red.
I mean, the rodeos are so competitive nowadays. It is unbelievable how competitive that they are. Just the talent and the experience, and they're always tough. Every rodeo we go to, I imagine every rodeo that the WRCA has the same amount of talent and toughness, and it's we just try to go in there, and we didn't win any events at Haskell and at the Wild Horse Prairie Days, but we just try to go in there and try to stay in the top 5 of everything, just try to go in there and make a good showing and do it as best as we can, and just kind of see where it lays at the end. And it's like you say, you could go in there and win a couple events, pushing and jamming, and win a couple events, but then get caught with a no time because you maybe pushed a little too hard, and there's something happened. And I don't know. Our mindset is to go in and try to win every event, but not do anything stupid, and try to stay in the top 5, or at least, the top 5, maybe the top 3 of each event. And it seems to pay off, at the end, you gather up more points, and, if it's an average rodeo and you make two rodeos that are good like that, man, it's pretty hard to beat somebody that's just solid and steady and in the top 3 or 5 of every event. It's just almost impossible.
Hey, Buster, did Kai draw a good horse?
Yeah, Kai called it. No, not really. Not for he needed to. Of course, I think Kai is one of the better bronc riders that's going today. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, he can draw the rankest horse in the pen and get him covered, and he just kind of draw the middle of the road horse. The horses were good, but he just kind of draw the middle of the road horse. He didn't have a horse probably was a 15, 16, maybe a 17-point horse, and Kai made it up on his end because he rides so good. And he was one of them horses that's kind of at the bottom of the hurt, he could have shown up drawing a better horse.
You bet. It's interesting. So all this time you spend a lot of time with these guys, and I swear I'm not making this up. When they roll the horses up and they see Kai, I think the horse kind of goes, heck, not him. I really think we talk about that. But I've seen the whole dang ears drop, and they just go, oh, crap, I'm going to lose some of my hair today.
Yeah, exactly. Their shoulders are going to be sore, and they're going to lose a little hair, and they're damn sure going to get rode.
Oh, yeah, and I mean it, too. It's cool.
So what's the game plan for the rest of the year? You got, like you told me last night, hey, I think this is the first ranch rodeo you've been to this year. You got qualified and ready for November, but so what's the game plan for the rest of the season?
We're going to just keep going like we planned on going, all year. We're going to go to Morica, and we're going to go to Alpine, and we're going to go to Rolling Springs. That was kind of Wild Horse Prairie Days. That was kind of our list of rodeos that we go to, and that's where we were going to go. And we're still going to go, just compete and stay tuned up and get a little more, it's the first rodeo that we've been together, and so I make a few improvements here and there. And so we're going to go and compete, maybe go to a few more little rodeos that aren't sanctioned, just kind of stay tuned up and kind of perfect our team, I guess, try to.
Buster has had a lot of rough 2 years. Oh, 3, right? Injury-wise. So when he says getting tuned up, he has his own Pilates show and stuff. I'm just kidding, Buster.
I don't know about that. I don't even know what Pilates is, but I don't think
I got you, bud. It's okay. He's going to get me now.
I need a yoga lesson. You do yoga too?
Yoga? No, I'm going to tell you what. I'm not knocking anybody that does yoga, because if you do yoga, I've done a little bit of it, and it is not easy, my friend. I promise you, it is not easy. And everybody, all those big, strong, tough, cowboy kind of type guys laugh thinking somebody does yoga, but I promise you, it is a difficult little exercise to do.
You are such my hero, Buster. Gosh, he's going to get me back for saying that. But seriously, Buster's one of those guys that he's a heck of a cowboy, and he has had a few hard knocks in the last couple of years with injuries, and you just keep on keeping on, my friend.
I'm planning on trying to stay healthy all the way through this year, not having to try to get recovered from anything that goes on in my world. So
quit hanging around.
That's the plan for me.
Quit hanging around with me, because seriously, every time we see each other, one of us is in something that requires a doctor bill.
No doubt.
Buster, man, congratulations again. Gutville Ranch and TP Cattle qualified up for the World Championship, and we're happy for you. And please tell all the guys congratulations, and we'll see them in November.
I will. Thank y'all for having us, and man, we appreciate everything that y'all do, what the WRCA stands for, and what the WRCAF does. Thrilled to be a part, and thrilled to be back at the World Finals. First your ticket, and the guys are excited, and man, we're looking forward to it.
Tell that Burson clan hi for me and from us, and tell John C. and Kai hi.
I'll do it. I will do it. Everybody's thrilled, so
and
we're
of course,
looking forward
Mitzi.
to it.
Make sure you tell her hi. She gets an award.
I will. I will make sure and tell Mitzi hello.
Adios, amigo.
Adios. Y'all have a good one.
There you go. We got to get Buster. We get him a good microphone. I think he could have his own show.
Oh, yeah.
That could be dangerous. We could have half of that take up tell stories about Casey, I bet you. That could be really good. That could be some good award-winning stuff right there. Casey, what do you think?
I think that would be great. And Buster and I have a cup of coffee at a rodeo and just shoot the small stuff with elk hunting. And it gets really rad. Like, we have our own reality hunting show. I mean, we really do.
She looks a little nervous on what might come out of that show. I don't know.
A little hesitant in saying tickets went on sale this past weekend.
Yeah, June 1, they went on sale, and we actually sold over 1,000 tickets within the first 30 minutes.
Wow, that's great.
And so I'm telling you guys, if you want to go to the rodeo, you need to get in there and get your tickets, because they're going fast. Panhandletickets.com.
Yeah, again, don't go Googling WRCA World Championship tickets. Just go to panhandletickets.com.
Yeah, our tickets aren't $800.
Yeah, they're not $800.
You can always be confident if you go to WRCA.org. We have a link off of our site. Yeah. But you're right. Go straight to the source. Yeah. Don't be Googling and looking for it that way. You can call the box office or go up there if you live close to Amarillo. Go see the ladies up there. Get those tickets fast and come see us. Casey, we need to remind everybody why we do this deal for the Working Ranch Cowboy. And, we're here to support their families, and this rodeo helps us do that.
It does help us do it, and we do it all year round. But this is our largest fundraiser, is for the foundation. And so with the help of donors, I just want to say those that do donate monthly, or maybe they donate their charity of choice through tithe through the church, that dollar is actually going out to the people. I mean, we're not sitting on it buying pencils.
Right.
Of course, I'm the only one I think that uses a pencil anymore. But you are making a difference. And those donors, thank you for believing in us, and thank you for believing in our mission. And know that the Working Ranch Cowboy is heavily humbled by what you do. And you might not ever hear where that money goes, but it's going. And so we appreciate it very, very much so.
Let me ask you this, too. Is there still, vendor space available if somebody's out there wanting to come in and sell, or is that all already filled up, or how do they get a hold of you guys if they want to be a vendor? Or
well, the trade show is, applications have went out, And the deadline is August 1st for first deposit and October 1st for the balance. But currently we are full because all existing vendors get the first right of refusal. Yeah. And so they will all get asked back. Gotcha. And if anybody has any questions, they can call the office. But you're going to hear that.
Is there a waiting list in case somebody cancels? And
Yes. Yeah. And we look for, we try our best to structure that in if we have a trade show vendor, a saddle maker that has a health issue or something happens and they can't make it, that person still is a vendor. Yeah. We're just going to do whatever we can to replace that temporary with like kind.
Right.
So if you're bit and spur maker, you're going to technically be replaced by a bit and spur maker. Yeah. We're going to stay
keeps the
true.
Variety in there, yeah.
Yes.
So you don't have 100 clothing dealers and that's
yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. And then we try to get it to where everybody has the opportunity to have that variety of shopping, but we still want to showcase that working ranch usable tools and showcase the outstanding craftsmen that we have in our business, basically, that come from all over that. So the trade show, absolutely, you can call the office and we'll talk to you about it, but that is what you'll probably hear is all existing vendors get the right of refusal. And we really don't know on the wait list until around end of August, middle of September, who's really coming back and how we're going to juggle that. So right now we are full.
Yeah. And a lot of times I would imagine that if you are a vendor, you probably can't wait that long. So get on the wait list. But if you probably already booking something else for yourself also, just in case kind of thing. So
Right.
Full schedule and everything is online, I'm noticing. So everything's up and running. Everything's go. I'm guessing because I have the lady from the fair in here. They're just over 100 days to the fair, which is in September. So you guys are probably about 145 days or somewhere in there.
Give or take. For freaking us out. We got to get back to the office and get to work.
I'm going to call Buster and have him run interference for me.
Right. But before we get off of here, we gotta say thank you to some companies. You need to say thanks to those that support you. And first and foremost, Bud Light and Sweet Brand for being our presenting sponsors of the World Championship Ranch Rodeo. Continue to support them when you can. If those products are something that, that you have a chance to buy, please go support those guys. And then specifically right now on the award side of things, we talked about AQHA and our Top Horse Award. Yeah. And then Wrangler, got Wrangler jeans on this year. That's a cool thing for us. They're supporting our Top Hand Award program. And then a new company came on, Titan Fuel Tanks, which everybody will get a chance to see them at the World Championship. Great products, and they're sponsoring our Team of the Week. So the Veal and TP Cattle Company winners supported by Titan Fuel Tanks. So thanks to all those companies for helping us do what we do.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's good to have some corporate support, that's for sure.
Well, before we say adios, we've got the great metropolis of Fort Sumner coming this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of historical value in that rodeo. Billy the Kid, but he will not be there, by the way. He'll be shooting pistolas with Lehman out on the alfalfa field just east of Fort Sumner.
With a bunch of turkeys, wild turkeys.
With Craig gobbling in the wards. But hats off to Tyson and Kerry Henry and that rodeo committee down there for getting ready to put on a heck of a shindig. And what's really cool about that is on Saturday morning, you check in at 8 and there's a ranch team roping that takes place at 9 o'clock. And it kind of keeps everybody kind of huddled up and the ranch teams will get in that and it's open to anyone. So Lehman, bring your stick and have some fun.
Shoot, I wouldn't want to take all their money, Craig. You know what I'm saying?
But that rodeo's coming up and it's going to be a variety of teams. It's not just open to it's not just shut off to New Mexico teams, and it's a really, really cool rodeo.
That's a neat, if you're looking for one to go to, just as a fan or whatever, just to check it out, see what's going on. That'd be a neat one because you can make a whole weekend out of that just doing the touristy kind of, history stuff out there.
Absolutely. So. And then if you want to just get up close and personal with those teams and they have teepees set up there, so you are welcome. Don't let that kind of get you derailed on not wanting to go to the arena. It sits down in some cottonwoods and teepees are pitched. But the team roping is actually a huge little draw. Extra, money in the pocket, and guys like to showcase their wild side every once in a while.
Yeah. Neat. It's a neat place to go visit. So check that out. Not too far from a really cool city called Vaughn. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, in Vaughn, they're known for their deep fried burritos.
Turkey, right?
With turkey jerky. And there really isn't
Turkey
anything.
bacon.
Yes, it has saved a lot of people stranded by blizzards. And that's just about it, Vaughn.
People that have never listened to us, they're going, what's the affinity with turkeys and all this stuff? You got to tune in so you know what we're talking about.
That's right. We won't be here next week either. I'll be out of town. I'll be down in San Antonio this time next week.
He will be in the turkey calling
Yes, there's
contest,
a contest.
in Vermont. And what they try to do is call turkeys to maple trees.
I can't get any of them to answer the cell phones, though, so it won't work for me.
I would say something, but I'm going to wait till we get off the air.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Good luck.
Enjoyed it.
Good luck.
Enjoyed it.